It ain't even noon yet. I'm just saying. Yeah. Well, I'm going to need a rear wheel for that frame right there. I was doing something else. That right there pretty much tells the story of the project for today, a paint job. Sometimes you have to do some maintenance. But also, this is a new item in the building. Skinny fender on the rear. It was the style. Well, you may have noticed an abrupt change of project for today. I showed you something. I got two of these things. And to bring you up to date, the only thing I've done is I punctured the plastic bag there, and I put this. That's one of them little hole finder things, you know, centers up right there, and then you tighten up the end down here, and it gives you a true reading to how big that hole is in there. And I was curious immediately when it came in, is how big that hole was. So I probed it down in there. And if you put them in there, that's exactly, that's dang near perfect. 437 thousandths. I think that's advertised dimension. And it's dead on it, exactly. You know, right center line on the number. That's some really good machining right there. Whoever put that hole in that piece of metal done really good. Thumbs up. Flywheel supply. Let's open these up and look at them. Okay, this is what's in there. You get that end plate. That's what it is, end plate for this Webster Magneto. It'll go on there. And you get the 4 screws and 4 lock washers and a little oil well and a little wick. Comes with that whole setup right there. So, and the difference being, I'm sure the reason they give you them screws on first observation immediately is the original one has the countersunk screws. And this one does not have. It has a flat surfaced one. They're not countersunk. So, but, oh, it's a very, very nice casting. Very good. I'm impressed with that work right there. You know, all seats and everything. Whole machining is really, really, really good. Really, really good. Surface finish is really good. A very light camphor on any of the holes. It's just straight, no, and I don't think none's required. So I would have thought there would have probably been a little camphor on them, but they're really good. Boy, that's really good. So we'll get them on there. I know the question is how do they fit? So we'll see. Okay, this is the original. This is what I'm working with. This is the original ones. I think it had about a 1/2 thousandths wire. Okay, this is back to original size end plate. And when I put it on here and put that up on there, and I've not sandpapered that or nothing, that's just the way it was. And I tried to move this to and fro and up and down. Well, there's no legible movement that I can feel if I can. It's something. And you want something for the oil galley. That's very good right there. And that means that this shaft right here is still good. So, and that was a comment about these, is about this Webster here. And I've just been waiting on parts, you know. And also included with the other one is the same count on the hardware. You know, nice little looking. The original end plates had a oiler of this type. It took a special kind of oil can to oil them. Like a Eagle oil can. And with this later type, you could just open that up and apply oil easily with any can. But let's probe this next one. And looking down in there, it's real nice. Okay, as a comparison, the probe in this one, I was there, so I put it down in here and turned it this way, like this way right here, and it's the same amount of friction on this one as it was on that one. Trying 2 or 3 different places, being careful to avoid that oil passage. And these are, the front and the back is the same. So these are 2 identical. You know, it's not a front and a rear or nothing like that. So, surface finish is really good. Now, the next problem of this magneto was this metal here was touching the inside of the magneto. So, this should true that up. On the other end, what did the other end? What was the friction on it? Well, it's very good. Very little movement on both ends. So, taking that in notice, these 2 end plates should set the trueness of this magneto back to original factory within a 1/2 thousandths or so. The next measurement was these original end plates are worn quite badly on this surface here. So that means that this surface is worn away in relationship to this. Actually, this one I can't use that as a guideline. No, because this is well, I'll have to go from the surface back here, measure up, and come over and see how much this is worn off. That's the reason for the spacers. And you can see they're quite worn a lot. And this one, if you're looking at it sideways down through yonder, on a plane of like this, see, I can't go by that. Like measuring from this surface out to here, like put a measurement across there and see how far it is. You can't do that on here because that's as cast. They didn't turn it. So you have to measure from here down to the flange area to know how long that is, which I'll do as compared to this measurement and the flange area down here, that distance, and see what the difference is to see if it compensates for the additional spacers in here. And that's important too, as sideways like this. So, and then when you get this all assembled, this will be on one side. Well, that's a very good fit. And this has been, and I contemplated, see, when you put that thing together and you try to wobble it, it's really tight. So it should be centered up in there really good. And that's what it looks like once it's inside that magneto.